I guess I didn't know how much was 100,000 boxes in 5 sizes.
The volume was
a lot. It was fucking a lot. Like, finding cheap things was very easy.
Yeah.
I don't want to do exporting anymore.
Yeah.
I made that mistake twice.
Yeah.
The first time was I bought 100 hoverboards from China. It's just not my thing.
They're the roller.
Yeah, I imported 100 of them before the kind of news came out, and they could burn down houses, and I thought it was the way of the future. But I also went to the factory. That was an interesting day.
Was it in China, that factory?
It was in China.
You speak Cantonese?
I speak Cantonese, and went to like a huge, gigantic trade fair where like at the time, anything that you kind of want made in China, they had their own little stall. It was quite a interesting venture, but I really wanted to buy the hoverboards, and they ended up like taking me to the factory, taking me to Yamcha, picking me up. I was really hungover, naturally. And they were like, we're taking you to the factory. It's like half an hour away, but like lost in translation, it was like 2 hours and a half. And this is like when I just had one of the first smartphones, and you're like trying to geotag where the fuck you are.
Yeah.
No clue.
In case you're getting kidnapped or something, yeah.
Went to the factory, saw all the hoverboards were fucking perfect or whatever, like what they wanted to display. Went back and sorted out payment, but they sent me 100 dud ones.
Really?
Yeah, the company that I was trying to buy from, it was Christmas. It was one of the hottest items at the time.
Yeah.
So they got a sister company to produce the hoverboards that I got, and they were all crap. So my shipment came a day after Christmas. Missed the thing, but they were selling like hotcakes, but they were all being returned.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, it was like $20,000 for the shipment, and luckily I decided to go through Alibaba because they gave me protection.
Yeah, good call.
Even if I had to pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was a battle between me and Alibaba for 4 years.
Oh.
It was like 4 years. So basically in my studio, there was like 56 hoverboards that would take up space, and there's nothing I can do about it. You can't really pay someone $25 an hour to do what they do.
Yeah.
It's that's crazy.
Yeah.
I won't be making any profit then. And they ended up sending an electrical engineer from Sydney, because they were the only electrical engineers in Australia that could certify this toy.
Yeah.
And he came around, stayed and we just tested them all. I'm glad they didn't pass any of the hoverboards, so I got my money back. But that was like 4 years.
Yeah, of holding stock and profitability,
and that's when I decided to I always wanted to kind of do a OK Go style music video. So we ended up doing a music video that was kind of that fashion with all the hoverboards. I gave them all away or threw all the rest in the bin. It was like one of those like, yeah, weight off your shoulder moments.
Yeah, except for the uptick in house fires over the next 4 years.
Lithium batteries.
Well, the ones, yeah.
Because you couldn't even take them on the plane, but somehow I was able to bring one on the plane. I just don't really like. It was a really interesting thing. It hardened me up. I'm glad I got my money back, but I lost a lot to get the money back.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that shit anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a tricky one. And I mean, I've always had a blast in China as well. What a fun place to hang out. Like every city is great in a different way, and the people are so hospitable. I think they're as hospitable as Americans for me. Like they're both so cool as a population, and just so much interesting shit to see. But if you make a mistake in business, man, you pay for it.
I should have done a lot more research and then what I done.
Yeah.
Actually, there's the Department of Electrical Safety and something actually fined me $5,000 for importing hoverboards because it didn't have a particular safety stamp on it. It was ROHS, and I just hopped on a plane with my laptop and did some research as much as I thought I needed to do, and I didn't know that I needed to have this.
Yeah.
They called me up from Gumtree and led me. They said, we want to protect Australians from these hoverboards. We want to test if these hoverboards are safe or not. So I rocked up there. I think I had a really busy day, rocked up there, dropped off my hoverboard, and all they did was just opened up and see if that a stamp was on it.
Yeah.
The fine for a sole trader was $500, but if you were a corporation, it was $5,000.
Oh.
And because I have a P2A LTD, it was $5,000. It was like super harsh.
Jesus.
I was like, and the guy really catfished me. I thought he was like genuine.
He's super nice.
Like, I was like, yeah, I want to help you, like, you know, as a business owner, and make sure these are safe. And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I want to, you know, make sure they're safe. And he tricked me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a sucker for that too, because I think we grew up in a world and a time where your integrity is important. Handshake is as good as anything, a contract, you know, and everyone's wants the best for each other. And then, yeah, if you get tricked, I get tricked like that fucking all the time.
Just give everyone the benefit of the doubt that, you know, they would operate in.
Yeah. There's a ruthlessness out there that I hate that it exists in the world, and I just pretend it doesn't exist, and then I get fucking...
For a person that's been born here and quite cultured, it's been always a challenge to kind of go, fuck, so I really need to enter this relationship anymore in that sense, because, not everyone is trustworthy.
Yeah, no, it's tricky. And there's so many things that you just know by doing. Like, I can't tell you how many boxes of cigars are sitting at customs right now, because I try to get a box of cigars or something, and that comes in, and then they're like, yeah, it's $1,600 per kilo of excise tax or something. And I'm like, you just get the letter in the mail. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I did not know that. And you don't know till you try, right? So
yeah, that's right.
You find out those little details. And I think that's what business is people that just know the system because they've tried a bunch of shit, failed a bunch of times, and kind of get there.
Yeah, you have to fail a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I think that's I think we've failed a bunch of times.
Oh man, non-stop every day. I fail that fuck. I just lost my keys for 3 weeks, so who knows? Like, you know, life is full of factors. Yeah, I know. I found it. No, actually, because I got up on Saturday morning and cleaned my house and and discovered them, but I just adapted to life without keys for a while. But you know, that's fine. But that's, I guess, you know, 40. What does it feel like for you ticking over 40?
It is a weird new chapter for me. It's kind of like, I don't know, I feel overachieved for what I want to do at this age. So the thing that is burning me at the moment is what is next? Like, what more can I do? What more can I contribute? Like, how could I be a part of, you know, the greater world out there? And that has been challenging.
A challenging thought?
Challenging thought in my mindset, because it's kind of like, I've done printing for so long, I've done the studio for so long, I've kind of dabbled in every single career path in filmmaking, but I've never kind of stuck to one.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, what's next, you know?
Well, I'm going to America. I think that's the next thing. And it's probably going to chew me up and spit me out because I'm just a little kid from Bibber Lake, but like, holy shit, that seems... Because the night of turning 40... The night of, man, I slept like shit because that was the burning question. I want a meaningful chapter from 40 to 60. And if you 0 to 20, it's out of your hands for the most part. 20 to 30 is about figuring out where you fit in the world, what you want to do, all that kind of stuff. And then, so that means 40 to 60 is now application of. And so you're like, I know I know who I am. I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses. I've learned the skills I need. Any more fucking education at this point is probably obsolete. So like, application, and then, but how and what do we do, and what's the next level? You know, do we do a feature? But we know the risks in features, and we know the risks in documentaries, and like, we've worked on a bunch of this shit. We could probably get one going of our own, but like,
but what for?
And where's the model? Where's the money? Where's the distribution?
Going to give like that? I would love to work on your film, Simon, but like, is it going to give all of us the complete satisfaction that we, you know, spent all our money, time, and passion on it? But I mean, you said you did teaching. My new thing is like, maybe I should do teaching. Like, maybe I should study psychology. Like,
are you thinking of something outside film?
So
you're thinking of something outside film or regular job?
I'll always be that thing. I will always be there due to the nature of what I've created. But there's something more. There's something more.
There is. It feels like it. Yeah.
There's the niche within the niche. There's something more, and I think the past 3 years has kind of opened my eyes into what I can provide and what I can do.
Yeah.
I just want to be there in the right spot.
I think the right spot now is to do with, well, where I think AI and that feels like, doesn't that feel like to you the new internet? You know, when the internet came, but we were too young to realize that, oh shit, we can deviate into this and make there's a whole new world.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of these things, like, we can learn it now, but the end product isn't out there yet. You know,
yeah,
it's the same with like 3D printers at the time.
Yeah,
and you show people buying these like shit things, and in hope that it will build something amazing, and they only get better. You know, but I'm not going to buy a 3D printer until I kind of really know that, like, you know, what am I?
Yeah, I'm making Pez dispensers, pirate Pez dispensers are free.
You know, and the technology is always intriguing. You always have to keep your pulse on.
Yeah.
It's exciting. There's a lot of questions. Like, I don't think anyone can predict anything.
Yeah.
And I think, and also, like, when we were talking before about, like, you know, pure film making versus, like, anyone can make shit these days.
Yeah.
Especially with AI.
Yeah.
You kind of you have to you just have to wait and watch what could happen next. You know.
Yeah.
What new thing? I think my life is like, what's this new thing that's like going to be really interesting for me firstly, and everyone else. Right now, it's still up in the air. Yeah,
that's it. Well, Johnny Marr, thank you. I mean, I think for everyone out there, watch this space, because this kid's always done interesting shit, and it's going to be fun to watch. So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Always nice to see you.
Thank you for listening to the Stories Within Stories podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this show. For more stories like this, head to barefootmedia.co.